They came from all around the state to take a shot at a trap tournament. Whether they were relative newbies to shotgun sports or seasoned teenage veterans with a shotgun, the idea of a state tournament was new to all of them.
It's the first youth competition that any of them have ever been to. Of course, a lot of them, it'll be their first competition ever. So it's nice to get them all together and let them compete.
This is the first ever we've tried this, and I'm pleasantly surprised. And we've got some very good shooters here.
This tournament was for ages 12 to 18, put together by the Department of Game and Fish and an organization called AIM, which is the official youth shooting program of the Amateur Trap Shooting Association. Pat Drake is New Mexico's AIM director, and when he saw too few youngsters involved in the shooting sport events that he attended statewide, he became determined to make a change.
We decided to put an end to it, and we wanted to get some youth shooters involved. You'd go to a trap shoot of 300 people, and you may have 6 or 8 youth shooters.
This first ever event was part of the New Mexico Outdoor Expo at Albuquerque's Shooting Range Park. In the preceding months, the Department of Game and Fish held seminars to train shotgun coaches for interested teams around the state. Game and Fish also supplies ammunition to help teams with the cost of learning to shoot and practicing to get better.
It's taken off like wildfire. We started with 15 kids in Farmington. We're up to 30 kids now in less than 3 months. And we had to shut the program off because we ran out of coaches.
While they teach shooting, those coaches also stress safety.
Two most important things: we have fun and we're safe.
Each participant gets a full study in shotgun safety and handling.
Muzzle pointed in a safe direction, finger off the trigger, and gun unloaded at all times until it's your turn at the trap line.
The game itself isn't complicated. You know exactly where the clay target will emerge, and you decide when by yelling,
"Pull."
The complicated part is the mystery. You can't know what direction that clay will fly.
Clay targets are thrown from a small building that you can see in the background, and they go out in random directions, and each kid gets a shot at the target, and then they shoot 5 times, and then they move in a sequential order and take 5 more shots and keep doing that until they've got 25 shots.
Make it dust.
Those 25 shots for each participant make up a team's game, and for this event, each team shot 2 games, a total of 50 shots each.
Gotta be able to concentrate really well and practice.
Logan Drake of Aztec bested the bunch, taking 50 shots and missing on only 3.
They got 47 out of 50, but that's pretty good.
It does not require strength, it requires precision. It requires kids that have a good positive attitude and kids that are willing to practice, and practice makes it different.
Notice that he said kids, not boys. A handful of girls took part in the competition.
And me and Shelby, we were wondering earlier why the trophies didn't have girls shooting on them.
Yeah, we were pretty mad about that. We think they should have girls on them.
While they were outnumbered, they weren't out-spirited. The female participants took the opportunity to make some new friends and expand on some friendships already in place.
And us 3 girls, we kind of knew each other before shooting from softball, but shooting really brought us together even more.
And that spirit of friendly competition and teamwork is one of the benefits the organizers of this first ever state competition are looking for. They say this is an ideal sport for kids who might not be the tallest, fastest, or strongest at school, but who still want to compete. Trap shooting rewards things like patience and practice, and helps develop eye-hand coordination that can translate into other sports. For instance, the girls think it will help their softball skills.
Strength, confidence, stability.
Keeping our eye on the ball.
Or case target.
Whatever else it does, it certainly achieves one major goal of the organizers. It gets the kids into and excited about shooting sports.
We're recruiting kids. It's pretty easy to recruit a trap shooter. You give them a box of shells and a trap gun and let them try to shoot some targets, and most of the time they're hooked after that.
The individual and team winners took home trophies and plaques marking their accomplishments, but the organizers say they were really the winners, succeeding in their goal to get more kids involved. And success breeds success. They anticipate an even larger turnout for the second annual state trap shooting competition. Development of a youth shooting program in New Mexico is possible due to wildlife and sport fish restoration funding made available through the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service.